Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for
Hello,
tuning
hello,
in.
hello, hello.
Oi,
We've
oi.
got abnormal sleeps, Falyra
Yo.
and Kong
Hey.
Hiya.
for the next 45. We're going to be chatting about all things isolation, all things artistry, all things creativity. I mean, let's start off with some intros. Let's go in alphabetic order. So, Sleeps,
No.
the honors.
The obvious one. Yeah, so I'm Abnormal Sleeps, artist, producer, DJ, engineer. Yeah, based in Manchester here.
Amazing. Who's up next?
ABCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go. I'm Kong. I'm a DJ and producer from Manchester. I make kind of like trap, hip hop, soul, funky vibes, and yeah, I don't do much else
Amazing.
but make music.
Come on. Go on,
Hello.
Falyra, you go ahead.
I'm Falyra Bloom, singer, R&B, soul kind of, Yeah, I lived in Manchester for like 4 years now. And yeah, it's lit.
Amazing.
It's lit.
Amazing. So how's everyone doing in this COVID holiday, aka COVID-19, aka quarantine?
Quarantine.
Well, myself, I'm doing all right, I guess. Strange. It's really, really strange, but as good
Mad
as can
time.
be, really. It's just still adjusting. I feel like in the beginning, when it first like fully locked down, things are moving quite slow in a sense. And then now it feels like the days are flying a bit, but I can't
Yeah.
keep track of the days, you know what I mean? So as
Mm,
good as can be, on a human level, you have your ups and downs in it. So
Mhm. Yeah, I
Well-
feel like I proper settled into it now, to be honest. Like, at first it was a shock, and I was just, I don't know, my lifestyle doesn't sort of focus around staying in at home enough.
yeah,
And if anything, I think it's made me appreciate kind of what we have, like the fact that we do have a house to just relax and be with people that you love.
Mhm.
And I take it for granted, and it's, especially with everything's just so fast nowadays and productivity based. I think this has just been a real like kind of time for everyone to sort of sit down and reflect for
mm,
once in this world, which isn't like it's a very rare thing to happen.
I'm telling you.
Well, for me, like, it's not really hit me because obviously, like, I'm working. Like, I work as like a support worker care, as you guys know anyway.
Mhm.
I'm working like nearly every day. So I'm
Mhm.
here, there, and everywhere, like supporting families and stuff. So it's like the isolation period's not properly hit me. So I rate people that are fully doing it, like actually staying at
mm.
Yeah.
because like I don't know how you guys are doing it. Because for me, going to work is like my daily like exercise, going out and like,
Yeah.
so yeah, like these two guys because I couldn't do it.
Have you found it any
Yeah.
more like stressful since Corona's come about?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you think like, obviously, like I'm still going food shopping. Like, I live by myself, so there's no one else, like parents, that can like be like, oh no, you don't go, you need to stay safe, type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, really vulnerable children. So like, if I get it, and then obviously the symptoms come after like 7 days, I think.
I think even longer with some people.
And I go and I get,
Mm,
that's like a life or death type of situation. It's
Mad.
That's right.
really careful.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just to let know the viewers that we've got on Facebook Live, you can submit all questions for any of us. So I'm here, got my eye on my phone. If you've got any questions, just pop them on, the live chat. I didn't even get to introduce myself because I'm
I know I was gonna
rushing
say,
ahead.
who are you though?
I know,
Rambo.
mess it up on the first go. But yeah, I'm Hamdi, aka HMD, recording
AKA
artist,
Rambo.
producer, aka Rambo for today with the headband, trying to
Afro
make my
Rambo.
FOD look a bit less bigger than it is. So quick question for all of you guys. Isolation and creativity. What's the relationship been like for you guys?
Should we go in like a
Yeah, whoever wants to go
Yeah.
first.
go on then. So I think for me so far, it's been kind of difficult in a sense that I've got a studio elsewhere away from home and I'm used to going there every day. That trip in between home and studio, I didn't realize how important it was until now.
Mm,
But I thought I might be all right I took like my mic home, my interface, and that was it. And then the first couple of days, I was just literally just doing nothing. I couldn't, and I already knew that, you know, if I don't feel it, then I can't force it, because when I start forcing it, I start getting frustrated with myself because I'm not creating anything, or I'm not doing a mix for someone that needs to be delivered by a set date. So for me, I was in between. I'm still finding it a bit difficult, but in the times that I have been able to be creative, it's been like days apart, like literally. And like I say, it's just a weird thing because I'm used to a certain environment, and it helps create a certain creative energy. Do you know what I mean? When you're outside of that environment, it's a bit more difficult. And I think that's because I had the luxury of having a studio. I realize that's a luxury now, because some people didn't. Before I had a studio, I had to do it at home with my headphones. Now I can't do it at all. I don't want to. Maybe that's me being bougie. I don't know. But I need my speakers. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, trying still.
See, for me, like creatives like been kind of obviously, like I said, because I'm working as well. But too, like I've not even managed to get a setup going yet, so that's also been like a struggle. And I can see for people who are in that boat where maybe they're not working, so financially they can't afford to get like a setup. So for them, I can understand that can be quite difficult. But like I think another way of being creative is like being present with like following like your followers and stuff, like finding ways to stay connected. So if you like being creative by like doing, like for me as a singer, like all these little challenges that I'm going around, or like I know like doing like polls and stuff, like being creative in a way of like thinking of, okay, so what would my following love to see content wise, like let me do some like little research with like people around following me. So I don't know, be creative in a different way, maybe not the way that I want to be, which is making music, but I can still find other ways, if you know what I mean. So that's how I've been working so far.
What about you, Kong?
I've actually found it a bit of a blessing in many ways, as bad as that is. I spend a lot of time moving around. I guess I'm at uni as well doing music production, and it's not that it's a waste of time, but it's not exactly focused on creation of music.
Yeah, what you like doing.
Yeah, and what I actually want to do. So I've not got my own studio. I've got a little setup at home, but I use my close friends, either being Tom Onimus's studio, and we make a lot of stuff together. And I've missed like collaborating with other people, because it's not just them guys, it's other people who are coming through and making new tunes all the time. But
yeah,
I've not got that now. But I found myself trying to do more vocals on my own kind of stuff, sending beats out and just sending instrumentals just as instrumentals, which I've not done in a long time. It's just, and yeah, as I said before, I've like just been focusing more on myself, I think, and like on my health, working out, eating. I've been cooking more and stuff. So
yeah, you're definitely shining, boy.
Yeah, it's been a good reflection time for me instead of going out and partying all the time.
yeah.
I mean, for me, it's been one of those things where, like Sleep said, like the journey from home to studio, from work to studio, and kind of like for me, it's been about just inspiration. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're at home, it's just home, and it's a bit more difficult to find those like initial sparks of inspiration and stuff. But I've been able to kind of just, like Kong said, just get into a health routine of working out, get into a good sleeping habit. But also with saying that, what what are you guys kind of like thoughts and feelings around how the music industry is going to be, well, during COVID-19 and also after COVID-19? Start with you, Sleeps.
I don't know. I feel like if anything at the moment, it's took an impact because people are having gigs cancelled left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Events are not going to be run the same as they once was, and at the moment, it's quite hard to say because we're in limbo still. You know, we don't know when this is going to get better, for how long for, if it's going to recur. Do you know what I mean? So, I think in terms of the industry, it allows people to hone in on the skills if they use the time creatively, do you know what I mean, to learn more and do more. It allows the bigger artists to sort of connect with the fans better though, in a sense, because they're all online, they're doing lives, people are asking questions, people are going on live with their artists and whatever. So I think, like you say, with anything, there's pros and cons. I don't know in terms of the industry though. I feel like maybe in a sense it makes sense that streaming and listening to music and the attention drawn towards new music should be better in it, because you've got the time to sit down and take in tunes. On the other hand, there's a lot of music and there's a lot more time to put out music, which means that maybe too much music will be put out to the point where it's like people don't know where to look anymore. So
yeah, that's the thing. Like, so many, it's harder for emerging artists, especially because it's kind of like they can't be going out into the shows, they can't start meeting new people and promoting themselves. So it's hard for them to get a shine compared to big artists who have already got the following, because it's kind of good, like you're saying, a blessing for them.
that's it. Unless you're financially like doing ads and all that sort of thing to promote your stuff, you just got to do it organically, and it's hard without doing your shows and having your face seen in certain environments and that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I've been seeing somewhere that it's not, they're looking until like January until things are going to be proper open in terms of nightclubs and venues and shit.
See, that's a long time.
It's a very long time, isn't it?
And it's going to affect a lot of people's pockets, not just the little people, but the big people too, you know what I mean? And you're currently relying on basically the streaming and sale of music more so than anything else. Virtual gigs, yeah, they can do that, but it's not the same.
Not the same as seeing
No,
them.
People like that interaction, that
so-
intimacy as well, do you know what I mean? Once that intimacy,
And you got to have the means to be able to do a virtual gig. Some people can't
That's
even do it.
That's it. So if you ain't got the means and you ain't got the pull or the right, you know, exposure, how are you supposed to get it? You know what I mean?
Angie, what are your thoughts on this? AKA Falyra Bloom. Almost gave you government away there.
Honest, like everything that I was thinking has kind of been said. I think the whole too much coming out of something that I was thinking, because obviously, like at the beginning, like how can I compare this? You know, when the supermarkets first panic buy and everything was gone, and now they're like, let's give one packet toilet roll per person, and they're starting to like stop everything at once. I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen, because not going to happen, but how to explain. So like everyone is like, oh, we've got loads of time, everyone's going to listen, everyone's got that idea, so everyone's going to put out. And then like I think Sleepz said is that there's going to be so much that the people that are the most known, the biggest following, obviously are going to be at the top, and then so for people who are emerging, it is going to be harder. So I think that is my main point.
Yeah.
I mean, what things have you kind of enjoyed that's come out of this kind of the COVID-19, of things maybe on the internet, or things like, for example, Sleepz has kind of done this challenge where he created this beat and like it's almost taken off like wildfire, and like Kong's done these kind of IGTV kind of performances where like what are your kind of thoughts around like innovation and people coming up with things and kind of being inspired to share these kind of like not only challenges but these like new ideas, because it feels like there's new energy that's coming through where people are kind of just coming together and just, you know, kind of sharing ideas.
People are just becoming like kind of, they're starting to be like, right, this is going on, we need to accept it, like let's just find new ways to put ourselves out, or find new ways to find, you know what I mean? So I think everything that's going on, it is kind of a bit of a blessing, because people are kind of connecting more, people are talking more, people are doing, like I said, these challenges like Sleepz is, or whoever starts a challenge, and I think it's great. Do you know what I mean? It's just I don't know, it just like a lot more.
I'm definitely starting to reach out to people who like I already could have reached out to before this happened, but now that this has happened, it's like I've got an excuse to sort of.
That's it. I feel like as well, like it's bringing everyone together, but it's like, don't know, it's like sometimes, you know, when a club's like too full. And I feel like in certain respects, there's a lot of people, musicians, who feel like they've got something to prove. So with that, where they ain't actually putting that into a musical thing that will allow them to sort of show off the skills, people are instead might feel like venting their frustration online in a different way.
Yeah, and I really like emotional kind of people. So
that's it. We're very emotional.
So
So
one or the other way, kind of.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why, like I say, like the challenges and stuff are really sick. Like I didn't really expect to do the challenge that I did, but one day I was high on vibes. I'd made this beat and I thought, you know what? There's a lot of chit chat going on and nobody's got things to do. So it's just one more thing to do. And I feel like everyone should,
Yeah, it
should
was a
start
sick
doing
idea, that.
something. You know what I mean?
We've got a question from the live feed from Tunde Adekoya, a familiar name to all of
Oi,
us.
oi.
And he's
Yes,
asking,
Tunde.
how is isolation affecting your energy levels?
Ooh.
It's
Energy.
variated. It's
Yeah.
definitely changed. It started off really lethargic and slow, but like I've warmed into it now. Like I'm sort of used. I'm getting up early. I wasn't when it started. I didn't have any uni and I didn't have anything to do. I was waking up past 12 every day. Like, what the fuck is my life? But now I'm getting up at 9s and trying to get out of bed and do stuff straight away.
Yeah, I think it's similar for me. I think because at first there weren't a routine, but as soon as you find your routine, which is very important, even though you're at home, if you have a routine, it will help you just stay in the norm to some respect. But I felt like there's just been a drop in energy because we've not been able to go out and use the energy that I'm building up. You know what I mean? I'm used to getting up early. I'll do what I'm doing. I might go to the gym or whatever, and I'll go to the studio and do what I need to do. But in between that, like I say, there's little things that you do in a day that, you know, help keep your mind like going. But without that, it's kind of hard when you're stuck in one environment, when you've only got your garden to go to or whatever.
I think though it helps because you're kind of not forced to be in a routine. You don't have to be in a routine, it's up to you. But I think because a lot of people are thinking, okay, my best way of kind of getting through the day is having a routine, that when all this is over, people will actually be able to keep that consistent, because in a way they've been subconsciously forced to do it.
Yeah.
Like if anything, it'll actually maybe improve how they go about their day because they've got that, but they still have a routine because it's been engraved in their mind for how long, I don't know how long it will be. You know what I'm saying? So I think it could be a blessing as well.
Yeah, I think on the other hand as well, there's also been a little bit too much stress on being productive since this has happened. Like everyone's saying, if you don't come out of quarantine without learning a new skill and stuff, you've like wasted your entire time. But I don't think that's true. Like the world's sick.
There's no pressure to do what anyone says. Just keep your mind right. Your health comes before anything else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As we know. What about you, Hamdi? How's your energy levels been?
My energy levels have been through the roof actually, because like I've I've just been working out. I mean, can't get out and about.
Rambo.
I lost my job, so I'm not working out. Rambo, that Rambo fitness. I mean, Rambo 1 to 5 all in one. Like working out daily. Most of my days are just spent like daytime. I'm reading. I'm like, listening to my audiobooks and stuff, and just keeping my mind active and sharp, because once this is over, I mean, what are your feelings around how things are going to be? I mean, this is quite just like, what you call it, speculative, but like, what do you think things will be like once the lockdown's over?
Weird.
Crazy parties.
Strange. Everyone will have too much energy.
Looking forward to the most?
Crazy.
I'm looking forward to seeing my people, man. You know what? The hardest part of this is just not seeing anyone. You know what I mean? Like, as musicians, we're hermits anyway. Let's be real. We don't come out of the studio. Like me, I don't really party much unless I'm like working or whatever. But me, it's just not seeing people. It's hard, man. Do you know what I mean? So when we do get out, it's like me and my sister talking the other day, thinking, you know what, we need to go out. We need to have a night out, and just everyone needs to be out, and that's that. But I feel like the nightlife, the clubs and that, they'll be booming because everyone wants to go to an event, a social event.
Yeah. I can't wait to go to the cinema.
The cinema.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, here.
It's a little thing. I think people are definitely going to be a bit more friendly towards one another. I speak for myself, like especially when I'm out, because like you're saying, musicians are inherently like introverted. So I'm going to try and let on to people when I'm out and not just stare.
That's not the monk way. You got to smile, man.
Falyra, are you still there?
I'm still here.
What are you looking forward to?
Me, I think see my friends, do you know, like honestly, like because I don't have any family in Manchester, so my friends are like my family.
Nah.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah, man.
So I can't wait to see my friends and like get back in the studio because I've been working a lot in London, so I've been traveling to London like every week. So for London's become a bit of like my second home now. So I just can't wait to get back there, go to the studio there, and yeah, like I'm just so excited to create again.
I hear that. What about you, Hamdi?
Mate, like yourself, man, just seeing the people's, getting out and kind of just getting into a routine outside of the house. Looking forward to being able to go back to the food gaffs that I enjoyed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
food gaffs, you know what I mean? The vegan food gaffs that I love. Yeah, like what for me, like it's mainly food, like eating out. So what about you guys? What foods are you missing?
oh, Sugo past the kitchen,
Why?
maybe.
What am I missing? I don't know, you know.
I'm going out
I'll be honest.
I like going out for coffee, like artisan coffee.
Yeah.
My coffee, like I have this stupid coffee at home that tastes like shit. Like, I want to. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Got the proper stuff.
Proper stuff.
Why? What particular food gaffs are you talking about? Like, what could you recommend to us, H? Because you're sounding like a professional foodie
This
right
is
now.
Manchester finest, isn't it?
Bro.
You gotta get all of them in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, mate.
Manchester finest, they're the ones when it's about food and that. But you know, like there's this and that in it in the Northern Quarter, which is like for £6 you can get like 3 curries and a rice. You know what I mean? So
I heard about that.
that's always a winner. Funnily enough, I wanted to test out that new coffee gaff at Pollard Yard, where our studio's at. Yeah, I wanted to test that out.
There's two actually. There's the one with the green door, and then there's the one that they've built, the proper one. I don't think that's opened yet, has it? But the other one's been open. I've been through there. It's nice to make their own cakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's bad because I forgot the actual name off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, I was looking forward to trying that before the lockdown. But I also want to go into shows. I know we all had like potential bookings that have kind of just died to simplify.
Died.
They're not around no more.
Yeah.
I know myself, I was looking forward to a few shows, especially the Great Escape Fest in Brighton.
Has that been cancelled?
Yeah, that's been cancelled. But what shows were you guys looking forward to that have been cancelled? If you can share.
I was supposed to be in London, bank holiday weekend just gone on a Sunday. You was as well, actually.
2 actually, yeah.
Forgetting. Yeah, we were supposed to be there. And at the moment, I feel like there is some that are still, they're most likely going to be moved, but there's still some pending. Like, obviously, I was looking forward to doing my first Outlook Festival this year, which I'm gutted about.
Is that defo cancelled now?
It's not, though. It's not, as far as I'm aware, it's not been announced yet, but that's supposed to be back end of July. So, don't know what's going to happen, but that's the main one that I'm thinking, you know what, if that's gone,
yeah, it was going to be the first year I just go to that. I wasn't playing. I just wanted to see it, but it's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, so.
Wow, the festival. Oh my God.
What about you, Falyra? Did you have anything booked in that's been cancelled?
Sure, I was going to be in Nottingham, but obviously, like, you know how it goes.
Can't make it.
That was the one really that was potentially going to happen. So.
But you know what? By the end of it, I feel like just putting on a show again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's worth it, innit? And not even in a sense of, for me, I just mean like just putting on a show and just curating a lineup. I'm sure there'll be someone out there that would want to get on board, you know what I mean? I could even shout Rich. But I want to put on a show for the people, and it not like your usual faces, but everyone that's supposed to be booked. It's like it'd be worth creating a way in which people can actually still do gigs after this is all over. And, because everyone's been stuck inside, hopefully that means a lot of people are going to be out there looking for these artists and coming to these shows. You get me? So, yeah.
So what have everyone been digesting then? What music has everyone, or shows or films? What have you been indulging in? I know for sure I've been trying to get into Ozark.
Oh,
Yeah.
Going
Ozark
off
is
that.
mad.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely crazy.
So Ozark, I couldn't get into it for ages, and then since we locked down, I started watching it proper, and I'm into it now. Like I don't even know where I'm at. Maybe like, how many seasons is there?
3.
3. So I'm like
Yeah,
on
3,
season
yeah.
2 at
Yeah.
the moment.
No, I
It
stopped.
just gets better and better.
Ozark's sick. There's a few. I think I've almost completed Netflix personally.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find anything. My sister she like got my username and password, and she's like ruined my Netflix now because all the algorithms it just suggests all this stuff to me. I'm like, I would never watch that in my life.
Yeah,
I've been watching Luther, which is cold.
Luther's sick.
I've just started watching it. I'm a bit late to the party on that one.
Snowfall, BBC iPlayer.
Yeah,
that's a sick one. Has anyone seen that film? What's it called? Where they on like the different Snowpiercer. Have you seen that?
You've told me about that. Yeah, I've not gone to it yet.
And then another film's just come out that's similar to it, but it's where they're in a prison and there's bare different floors. Have you seen it? I forgot what it's called.
Oh yeah, Platform. The Platform.
That's it.
Oh my god! Wow.
I watched
favorite film of the year.
Do
you know what? I'm not gonna say too much just to spoil it for people, but I'm just unsure about the ending.
Yeah, the ending shit. I was
Kong, have you watched it?
Nah.
I'm unsure about the ending, but the film's good.
No, I was
just no more.
Yeah, I think the ending. I think he's dead. That's my understanding of it. I don't get it.
Don't say no more.
Back?
Don't say no more. You're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, say less. Say
Rambo.
What have you been listening to?
Music wise, I've gone back in time. I've been listening to a lot of old school. A lot of the rap that I'd forgotten about. I've been listening to a lot of Currency, Action Bronson. I've been listening to like some like jazzy stuff, just like instrumental music, and mixes as well of just general music. But I've not been keeping up with anything new, so to speak. I know that there's a lot of music out there, but goes back to my point before. There's so much music that I can't even keep up. So I'm just like, I listen to that stuff.
You know what? I've been watching loads of music documentaries. Like that's inspiring me so much. I watched this good one about Clarence Avant on Netflix. Okay. It's so good, and I've just started watching one about. Oh my god, what's his name again? What's his name? Oh my god, I forgot. I've forgotten his name, but yeah, really
good. You remember after it?
Yeah, like I've been watching a lot of music documentaries, and it's been helping for inspiration and stuff.
What about you, Hamdi? What have you been listening to?
I've kind of gone back in time. I've been listening to a lot of old Jay-Z, old Nas.
Yeah.
Been listening to a lot of the music I'm working on, which leads me to a question that Eva B sent through in the chat. She says, "Did you guys have any projects or works you've had to rethink release-wise?" And she's also saying, "Big link up when this is over, the COVID holidays."
Quarantine.
Well, me and Eva literally had a track which we just released called ZZZ, and we had a massive whole video planned for it, which just couldn't go underway. But the release date had already been sort of like planned and everything, and we just kind of had to sack it all off. We tried to think of a coronavirus-friendly way of executing it, but to do it effectively, there just wasn't a way. We were going to be vampire hunters. And get my mate as a vampire and everything. We had it all sorted out, but maybe one day.
Yeah, definitely get that done. I just released Isolation Pack, which is a small EP. It's out on Bandcamp at the moment. It's just, funnily enough, I just got it together just before we actually fully locked down. But it's basically just a compilation of like 6 tunes between 2017, 18 to 2019 that never come out. So yeah, that's on Bandcamp for £3. I did schedule it to come out on platforms already, like the big ones, but it's gonna come out in another 10 days. I had to delay it, but we won't. It's a long story. But yeah, Isolation Pack.
Talking of old tracks, I went on my emails and I found some songs we made like 2 years.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and like, do you remember there was a beat that I came to, you know, and you put.
Oh yeah.
Remember, something got me in my feelings today.
I forgot about that. We need to do you know what? I need to remix and get everything like sorted because there's a lot of stuff.
You were the first I did a song with as well. Do you remember the jam?
What you say?
And you see, there's no place that I call. That was my first.
Wasn't that the first one? First song ever made. I feel like we should put that out during isolation if I'm able to put it out. Yeah.
Fucking.
What about you, H?
Do you know what? I'm in the midst of actually signing on for 2 more singles with Black Bottle Song. That's exciting still.
He says it casually.
No.
He says it casually.
It's pretty cool. It's just kind of figuring out a corona proof release with the major. So it's looking like some sort of like an animation thing, but looking forward to that. Still waiting on Sleepz to send me. Yeah, featured on the tape. The isolation pack. Waiting on Sleepz to send me the that heater that we've got laying around.
Oh, we've got a special one. I don't say that lightly. I don't say that lightly because only a select few have heard it, and it ain't even got any lyrics to it yet. But it's got some hums and whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I do want to get it out for summer, but as soon as possible. Really, I feel like if that gets put out, it might raise the vibes a bit because it's a nice little vibe, you know.
Yeah,
some bangers.
Definitely.
I've got one doing an animation as well. I think I can say it now. Yeah, probably in like 2 months' time, releasing with Chunky. It's called Sexy Dad.
I remember hearing that actually.
Nation.
That is gonna be sick.
Sexy Dad, you know.
Yeah. Al Styles Conter's doing the animation for it, so.
Oh yeah, Al. I've been meaning to hit him up for some animations for a while now as well.
Yeah, he's working in Bristol now full time for BBC doing animating.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah. He's killing it.
Big up Al, man. Big up Al.
Big up Al. Professional.
Amazing.
Are you doing any beat packs, Con?
Yeah, well, I sent out a load of instrumentals, but like that is one thing that someone's come back to me and said they just need to get like a straight beat pack out there. And on it, seeing your video, what you did with the thingy, the little skeng one, it's giving me inspiration for doing something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, could you talk about that a bit more, Sleepz? The challenge that you started off and how it came about.
Oh yeah,
your verse on the version you did of it. It's called.
I know this man set up the game, and it's the final boss.
And
he beat himself.
Forget me for a sec. But basically, the challenge, right? So basically, it starts with big up Sub-Zero first of all, because what happened was a few years ago. Obviously, we had a baseline scene. Recently, it's had a bit of a resurgence. And Subs has been doing Insta lives. He's been doing sets, and what's happened is he's been building it up, and there's been hundreds of people coming in, and you know, it's proper nostalgic because you know they made all them beats when they were like kids. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my friends are involved as well, and it just reminded me of the days when we used to all do grime. You know what I mean? The 140 days, and at that time, I was really advocating, you know, for 140 BPM. But as time's gone on, 140 BPM isn't really like, if I do make anything at 140, it's not necessarily grime.
Yeah.
That way, I've not made grime in years. And then one day I went to the studio, spent a few days out. I had like a really down day before. The next day I went to studio, felt really good, sun was shining. And out of the blue, I just made that beat, which is I think I called it Smoky at first. And I was thinking, this could get played out, and it's got a bit of like aggression and energy to it. So I thought, rather than send this to a person or just sit on it, I'm just going to put it out. So I've done the story. I got a good feedback off the story on Twitter where I'm just like, this just happened. And then I thought, you know what? Let me get a cover made. I'm just going to put it out there as a challenge. And lo and behold,
pretty much like a 2-day thing.
2-day thing. So I made the beat. The beat probably took me about 45 minutes. No word of a lie. I didn't even mix it or anything. I just made it. It sounded good. And then I got a cover made by the Mrs. Kennedy. She made one, rapid. Next thing you know, I've just uploaded it to Instagram. Jammer, if you know who Jammer is, wow, that is a massive beat. Jammer, he hit me up in my DMs and asked for the beat. So then I thought, you know what, maybe there's something here. And then he followed me. So I just sent it out and I just said, who could you hear on it? Loads of names got pulled out of a hat. A few guys said that they wanted the beat themselves. So I said, all right, everyone just go at it. And then next to that was the thing I was saying before about everyone talking, like being in a crowded club and everyone saying that they're the best or they're sick at this or whatever. It's like, all right, show us then, there's a beat. If you like it, show us what you're doing. And, you know, in a way, it's naturally just brought everyone together in a sense, you know. I'd never expected this to happen. I just thought, I'm just going to put a beat out and let people ride it.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to do it.
I'm moving funny because there's a massive beat, so just excuse me.
One thing I've been seeing which is sick is like the American producers and stuff doing like beat battles, which I think would be
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
so
there was that Boy Wonder and Hit Boy. They did a fucking mad clash, and it makes you think.
Oh, there's been a few. Skepta and J5. He also went against.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
T-Pain and Lil Jon. Didn't I see that?
Yeah, there's so many clashes, you know. I mean, for the people who are watching, I mean, we've got like 50-something people locked in. What Instagram lives would you like recommend to people, or just like online kind of sources of entertainment, or just anything that you guys have kind of been tuning into on a regular basis? I know I've been tuning into the Tory Lanez one, Boosie Badass as well, but Boosie Badass is not PG. I'm warning you now. But yeah, which ones have you guys been tuning into?
That you see, like those I've seen them, but they're not really like. I don't know if it's. Do you know what one I have been? To be fair, The Culture. That's a Manchester-based one that started in Manchester. It's small at the moment, but if you follow The Culture Manchester on Instagram, they're currently inviting people to come on live and do live performances. So I've been tuning into that. I don't think there's anyone that I've really been locking into daily, but I know that there's people doing fitness workouts. Stylus, he's been doing live sets, and that's been great. I've heard loads of people have been locking into that. Subs, his sets as well. Yeah.
I know my mum's been loving Joe Wicks for a little morning workout.
Oh yeah, he's got it.
Falyra, what have you been checking out?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm watching the Tory Lanez. It's just pure entertainment.
Quarantine.
It's just, oh my god, it's just so funny. Like, I've not really been watching lives loads and loads because I've just obviously, but like that's the one that obviously when I've just been quickly scrolling, that's the one that's. I mean, I've not really gone looking for lives or whatever. That's the main one.
I really want to just kind of chat to you for 1 second, Falyra, because you're actually a key worker and someone who's been out there on the front lines. So big ups to you and everyone else who are the key workers out there. Shouts out to the NHS. Shouts out to everyone who are doing their bit to, you know, help out the people who are less fortunate than us. What's your experience been like?
It's been difficult, but it's been great. Like, great as in like you feel rewarding, like that you can still go and help like the families with the children, because obviously there's a lot of families that are in need, that like still need that break. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously if you think like children are not at school, so they don't get that break. But it's not only that, obviously remember that those children need care, so it's also on top of not having a break from the children anyway. They're not having a break from the care side. So obviously going in and doing that, it just feels so rewarding. But like, you just got to be so careful, because obviously I work with different families and different families have different needs, and more children are more complex than others. So like, you have to be so careful. Like, even when I go food shopping, I have to always be wary, because obviously like, it's not like I can just not go food shopping. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to go out. I have to put myself in public because I live by myself. So when I'm going to these people's homes, I'm just thinking like, oh my God, like if anything happens, I'll never forgive myself. So obviously I'm wary of that. You know what I mean? It's a scary time. It's a scary time. So
Yeah.
Got to be
It's definitely got his challenges.
It's pretty beautiful how people have like bounded together though a lot.
Definitely.
Right? Like there's been a lot more kind of community spirit. I know my mum's friends, my mum was asking me if I had any bed sheets because her mum's friend's been like stitching them together to make scrubs or whatever they're called for the NHS stuff because they're running out. So very beautiful.
Like I experienced, because I was actually at work on the Thursday when the clap happened, you know, every Thursday at 8. And actually one of the families that I work with invited me to come to work early because they wanted to clap for me. And it was so
oh, bless.
you're gonna make me cry, stop. So I was just like,
that's cute.
nice. Like even taking myself out of the equation and watching that on the whole street was just so like beautiful and so uniting. And it was just like, I've never seen anything like it. If you really think about it, I've never seen anything like that happen because the country, the world is in need and there's so much happening right now. So when you do that, and it's just like, wow, it feels surreal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like people like clapping the pan. I've seen like some people have been singing on the street, like getting their little PA out. Like it's just crazy. Like anything like it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mad. Well, I think we've come to almost the end of this live stream with Manchester's finest. Just to wrap it up, from all of you guys, just where people can find you, what you've got going on. I mean, this is that perfect time to kind of just plug yourself. So, alphabetic order, Mr. Abnormal Sleepz.
So social media, Instagram is abnormal.sleepz. That's Sleepz with a Z, SLEEPZ. Twitter is @sleepy0161. Facebook, Abnormal Sleepz. All streaming, everything else is Abnormal Sleepz as well with a Z at the end. And at the moment, what I've got going on is a lot of eating, a lot of PlayStation, and a challenge.
Yes.
Where can they find you on the PlayStation? You share that addy now.
Yeah, are you on Warzone?
I am Warzone.
Yeah, let's have a game, man.
My tag's Sleep Dog, so DARG,
Sleep.
so Sleep Dog, all one word. Get me on
Sleep
PlayStation
Dog.
as well. But yeah, that's what I've got going on. I've done a challenge. It's 140 BPM grime. You can find that the hashtag Who Wants Smoke challenge. If you put that in, you'll find all the challenges. If you want to do one yourself, go ahead, and I'll be coming out with some more as well. So like a rap one, a vocalist one for Lyra.
I'll be on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a vocalist one as well. So yeah, man, just keep your eyes peeled, man, and keep streaming and supporting the music. Bandcamp, Isolation Pack, and the streaming and everything else will be in about 10 days. Yeah.
Jeez.
Go on, Kong.
I'm Kong. You can find me on Instagram as Kongy Boy with a Y, KONGYBOI. Facebook, Kong, all capitals. Spotify, just Kong, but I'm a bit hard to find on Spotify because I'm not big enough, and Kong is a little bit of a bait word to use. So, good
You're the
luck
biggest
with that.
Kong.
But Instagram's the main one. Yeah, I'm the biggest one, the best. But yeah, my Instagram is the best place. I think that's the one that I use the most. I need to start using other stuff like Sleepz tagged my Twitter last night actually, and it's like from 2012, and there's little ones in the acting girls and stuff in there. So I need to check that out. I'm not gonna plug that one, but yeah, Instagram, Kongy Boy, hit me up.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter as Falyra_Bloom, but I'm gonna spell it just because it's a bit hard to spell. FALYRA_Bloom, BLWM. And on all streaming services is Falyra Bloom. But yeah, for me, well, I want to start doing vlogs. So if anyone has any questions, like just hit me up on Instagram and I'll be doing them very soon. So yeah, that's
amazing.
Me.
And yourself,
amazing.
sir?
I'm HMD. I'm Hamdi. Find me on Instagram as Harry Leopard. So that's Prince Harry, just Harry, and Leopard as one. Twitter is only_HMD, and Facebook is HMD. And yeah, the first single, hopefully in the next month or so. In the meantime, just finishing tunes, doing collabs with people, and staying sane and staying healthy. Any last words from anyone?
Stay safe, stay clean,
Yeah.
stay together, stay inside. Coronavirus shit is real. Quarantine.
Yeah, look after your mates. Give your
Trust
mates,
me.
give your elders a call. There's old people out there who are bored out their heads right now. Imagine if that was you. So just bell them up, see what they're saying.
Checking on your people, innit?
Falyra?
Yeah, just
words, Falyra?
just stay safe. That's all I can say, because I'm telling you, this world is crazy right now.
Crazy.
Do your thing, listening to what's going on, and just check up on others. Everything's been said. I feel like I'm the last one to say everything right now. So, yeah.
Well, I want to thank you all. Thank you, Abnormal Sleepz. Thank you, Kong.
Yeah, man.
Thank
Big
you,
up
Falyra.
Manchester's finest
Thank
as well,
you.
man.
Yeah,
Thank you, Manchester's
big
finest.
shouts to Manchester's finest, Steve and the whole gang. Thank you for that. We had almost 200 people like at one time, so
Yeah,
did
man.
pretty well.
They got
And everyone can
gig,
catch this again on the live streams on the Instagram for Manchester's finest. And this is us out. Thank you so much.
A little hangout. It's been a nice little hanging out, hasn't it?
Yeah, man.
Take care, everyone.